Hey, Joe from Boulet's Garage. Going to take a break from automotive stuff here for a little bit. I'm going to show you how to install an engine guard for a 2022 Honda CB500X that I found online. Hold on. So here she is, or here he is, my long-awaited 2022 Honda CB500X. I ordered it in June of 2022, and I was told the release date was going to be a month from then, and then they kept pushing it back and pushing it back. So finally, the end of October, the dealership got a VIN, and that meant that the bike was going to be up on its way from South Carolina. Just like anything today, there's issues with getting things, and you just have to be patient. So, being in New England, I got the bike, and I rode it a little bit, but so during the winter time, I guess I'm going to accessorize it. It's a funny thing, shortly after I ordered it, probably about a week after I ordered this rear rack for it, and had to walk by it every day and realized that I didn't have a motorcycle to attach it to yet. But I took this rig gear bag off of my DR650 over there, and so what kind of lower engine guard am I going to install on this today? Well, as you can see, I put some crash bars on the side. I got these off of Amazon. They were like just around 200 bucks. And installation was, you know, you kind of had to figure it out. There was very limited instructions. And so I wanted to get the lower engine guard that goes under here from Revzilla. It wraps up, but it would interfere with this one. So I'm like, okay, I can take this off and get one from Revzilla. And I'm like, you know what? I'm 57 years old. I'm not going to be taking this thing on serious, aggressive adventures. But, you know, got to get something under that engine, though, to protect, to protect it, because if you can see, I don't know if you can see, but under here, there's your oil pan all naked into the world. And it needs something there to protect it. So I'm doing this on a Sunday. I've been kind of limited on my videos as of late, simply because it's really difficult to do it during normal business hours. Phone rings, get interruptions, and I wouldn't be surprised if the phone rang today, believe it or not. I am going to apologize ahead of time. It's about 45 degrees in this shop. I got to get my heater going over there, and there'll be some background noise from that. So this is the guard I'm installing. I don't quite know how you pronounce it. Baione? Made in China. I don't know. It looks like it's China. Looks like it wants to be Italian or something, but it's not. It's actually made in China. So I looked on Amazon, and the complaints were that there were no instructions with it. And then I'm here to make a video and learn as we go together. They send you these colored pictures, which are almost worse than just black and white. It's really difficult to see what they're doing here. This is supposedly from a customer that bought one of these, but there was a negative review out there on one. There were several negative reviews, and one of the negative reviews made my decision to buy it. You know why? Because they said when they received the guard, it was damaged, or it was the paint wasn't perfect on it, and after they installed it, it started to rust. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen aluminum rust before, and that's what this is made of, aluminum. So that basically told me that maybe these people get a hair across their butt about this company. I don't know, but I'm just going to do an easy, honest installation here, and it should be pretty straightforward. I mean, here's the hardware you get with it. Looks like you're going to need some Allen heads to install it, and So we'll see how it goes together. Again, I gotta go start my heater right now. I'm gonna do that, get that going, and then I'm gonna get going on installing this lower engine guard. Stay tuned. Okay, I guess my approach to this is going to be to hang these mounts on here loosely first. And this is the one I got in here. And I said before that it didn't appear to come with the proper bolts. The only reason I said that is because this hole on the block of the bike is threaded. And it's a weird off size for some reason. So they basically give you a 6mm shafted bolt here. And, you know, so it's got a nylon nut, lock nut here. So if you can see that, that's what I started off by hanging that first. Okay, so in this picture here, they got a red circle around where the shifter is right here. They tell you to put this bracket right between on the shifter, where the shifter mounts. I didn't really know how I felt about that at first, but it is a pretty solid mounting point. So you're going to want to take a 6mm hex, pull that hex bolt out, and you're going to want to put the bracket in between there. I got it loose right now. Just so you know, there's another bracket that's a little bit longer than this. These bolt holes will not line up with this section right here, so that kind of tells you, don't put the longer one on this side because you'll just have to take it back off again. So okay, so I'm going to approach the other side and loosely mount the bracket on that side, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, I'm going for the bracket on this side, the right side of the bike. You can see where they get the red circle there. They're showing the bracket coming up from the inside of the shield. So that's going to be right here. This bracket is I'm going to pull that bolt out, and that bracket's going to go right there, and then going to mount right in here. So I'm going to hang this bracket and move on from there. Okay, so I grabbed a 5mm hex head and pulled this bolt out of here to put the front bracket on. Just so you know, this comes out kind of hard, gets stuck on the rubber in there, and right behind it there is a dowel that needs to come out right here that's behind it. So just be aware of that. It's going to act like that bolt doesn't want to come out, but it's just hung up on the rubber itself, so you're going to have to use some elbow grease to get it out of there. Okay, so I got this bracket in here. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet because I've held this up to here and it looks like it might hit the pipe, but they gave me a spacer. I think I'm going to find out what that's about in a little bit. So the next bracket that we need to install is this one here, which goes right here. So looks like I got to grab a 14mm socket, pull that bolt out, and get that one hung, and then we'll see where we are from there. I'm thinking I'm going to have to do something here because I don't quite like the way that feels. I'm pretty sure they want you to reuse the original bolt there, but it's kind of the way it goes, with these Chinese parts. You got to kind of learn as you go. Okay, so I got this right rear bracket for the guard hung. It's loosely installed. I said previously that was a 14mm, so I'm going to open my eyes. It was a 12mm head on that bolt. So basically a muffler bracket bolt. So moving on now, I'm going to loosely fit the bottom of the shield. Actually see where it attaches in the rear here as well, so move on from there. Okay, so I finally got the bash plate in, however you want to call it. There's a little bit of frustration with it, and you know, would I recommend you install this on your CB500X? Yeah, I guess I would, but the one thing I want to throw out there to you is that, you know, if you're not mechanically inclined, you might want to, you know, take a second look at that, because I was back and forth quite a bit with it, and the biggest problem I had was on this side, the right side. You have right in here, you can see what I had to do to make up for the distance. This bracket right here, I bent it a little bit to get it to work, but what happened is, in this bracket, it comes with these riv nuts right here. And yeah, there's two of them on the bracket, and what happened was they ended up just pulling out because there was such an angle. So basically I took you reuse these bolts they gave you with the kit, and I put nuts on the other side of it to make up for the distance between there. And then I used Loctite on the nuts on the other side of it. But yeah, you know, the biggest improvement to this pan that they could have done is give you really good instructions with it, because I spent a lot of time figuring out where the bushing went. Right in here, there's a aluminum bushing that goes in there that makes up quite a bit of distance between here. But overall, I mean, for what I'm going to use this bike for, I'm not going to do any heavy off-roading with it. I just wanted to get some protection for the oil pan there. You know, Revzilla has a really decent one, like I had mentioned before. It's a lot more rugged. It comes up around here. I didn't go that route, as I had mentioned before, because I have this lower engine guard installed that would interfere with it. So yeah, you know, I mean, if you're mechanically inclined, I would say, yeah, install it. The best, like I say, the best thing the manufacturer of the bash pan could do is, you know, give you some instructions with it. So hopefully this video has helped you. I'm sure it will help you more than the instructions they give you with it to install it. And if you point out something I may have done wrong installing this thing, mention in the comment section below. Anyway, if you could, while you're at it, like and subscribe, that would be great. Trying to build this channel, and that would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, have a good day.